What's up, YouTube? Mr. Ferguson here once again. Thank you guys so much for coming back for another video here in Central North Carolina. Off the bat, I just want to say we are going to get outside here in a second. I did want to use the webcam and the computer and technology here for just a minute to go through some things. I've kind of rigged my system. I'm not good at the whole gaming thing where I can use OBS and get my camera going with my computer. I don't have all that set up, but I'm kind of jerry-rigging it for the purposes of making the beginning of this video. But I did want to say we're almost at 10,000 subscribers. We've been stuck here a while during the winter months. Subscribe if you're not. We're going to try to get into the lawn care stuff a little more, and that's what we're jumping into today. We're talking about pre-emergent timing. We're talking about fertilizer timing. So just wanted to show that. Also, you guys have noticed I put a golf video out. I've put out like a day in the life video out. These are kind of filler videos when we're not doing lawn care. So thank you to those that are watching. I know we're not going to get a lot of views. Obviously, I've released this back on Monday, and it's only, yesterday, and it's only got 400 views. That's not a lot. I know we're a lawn care channel. That's typically what people expect to see. The golf video actually did better than that one, so I was surprised. But it's just kind of filling in some things with the family and things of that nature, vlogging a little bit, filming other things that involve Mr. Ferguson, myself, and my wife and our life here. So check those out if you're interested. So jumping into the video, I'm going to be clicking on things over here, and I'm going to disappear for a second, but you guys have seen me now, and so now I will go away. Click. So there we go. So I've went to Google here, and let's talk about pre-emergent. So we're going to go outside here in a moment, but when we're talking about pre-emergent, one of the things that we're looking at is, when do we need to put down our pre-emergent? And so as we look at this screen right here, I love the AI assistant because it typically grabs pretty decent information off the web. And as we look over here at Google, pre-emergent herbicides should typically be applied in early spring and when soil temperatures reach around 55 degrees Fahrenheit, which usually occurs between late February and early April, depending on your location. It's important to apply them before weed seeds begin to germinate for optimal effectiveness. Now, when we're talking about pre-emergent in the early spring, we're not trying to prevent Poa annua, Poa triv. That is already passed. We passed that back in fall, right? We're in the moments where we're seeing those weed seeds. If you're seeing Poa annua right now, it's because we didn't pre-emergent in the fall. You might have overseeded. You may have done pre-emergent and it failed. If you're seeing a lot of Poa annua in your lawn, but you did pre-emergent, then we need to go back to our strategy of how we applied our pre-emergent. But when we're talking about spring pre-emergent, we're talking about the future. As it just said, on this website, we have to do this before the weed seeds begin to germinate. And so we're looking, that's why we're looking at this time of year. But when, Mr. Ferguson? Well, as it says right here, this is correct information. When temperatures reach around 55 degrees. Alan Hain, other lawn care plans go into depth about this, is we have to apply our product before the sun begins to germinate the weed seed. We got to catch it beforehand. If we don't catch it, it will break the barrier, already be above the barrier of the pre-emergent, and you're going to deal with it for the rest of the season. So I've already shared this on the channel, but I will not be applying for the first time ever that I can imagine. I always do prodiamine in the spring. For the first time, I'm testing my own lawn. I'm not going to put down pre-emergent. I'm not putting down prodiamine or dithiopyr. I want to see, do I get a whole lot of crabgrass without doing pre-emergent, or do I get a little bit? Do I get none? I don't really know. I know that the first year that I got into lawn care, I told you guys I just maintained what I had. I had crabgrass in the lawn. I've done pre-emergent ever since then. I've never had an issue with crabgrass ever in my lawn in the spring or in the early stages of summer. Now, come late June, July, August, I get maybe a little bit of crabgrass here and there on the edges of my lawn, but never in the middle. So this is going to be a test I'm running again this year as a YouTuber to see what happens when I don't apply pre-emergent. But if you are saying, Mr. Ferguson, that's all you, man, I don't want crabgrass in my lawn, then I wanted to put in here at the top of the video 55-degree soil temps. Well, how do we know? I don't have any type of tool in my lawn, Mr. Ferguson, to tell me when I hit 55 degrees. I know the weather outside, the air temperatures We're not talking about air temperatures, we're talking about soil temperatures. So now I'm going to disappear again as we go over here to this tool that's always been talked about forever on YouTube, and you can see it at the top, Greencast Online right here, right? So greencastonline.com. When you go there, if you just go to the Greencast and you go down to the bottom, they have soil moisture maps, as you see, soil temperature maps. We want soil temps. Now, when you get to this, you just type in, I've done Raleigh as an example here, 27604 zip code, Raleigh. It's giving you what the current at the state of this video on 217, 2025, our current soil temp. We've got snow in the forecast coming tomorrow, by the way, but we're at 40 degrees at 9 something in the morning, 10 o'clock, excuse me. And so but it shows you your 24-hour average and your 5-day average. So just because you have a hot day, a cold day, we have these fluctuations in temperatures. This is a great tool. Let me move myself down. This is a great tool because, as you see right there, it gives you that 5-day average. So when you start seeing us getting to 54, it's a 5-day average, 55 degrees. That's your go time for your pre-emergent. And you may not always be absolutely perfect of nailing when to put down. Oh, I put it down too early. It got cold. Oh, I put it down too early. It's jumped up really hot. I'm late doing it. This is the best tool that a lot of people use. It's not absolutely accurate, but if you don't have any type of measurements directly in your lawn, greencastonline.com is a great website to check. Not only on the pre-emergent, but the next thing we're going to talk about, which is what about fertilizing? What if I don't want, I'm like you, I'm not putting down any type of pre-emergent. I don't need to, I don't want to, I don't like chemicals, whatever your reasoning may be. Well, when do we do fertilizer? So we go back to the same source. And again, when should we do our first fertilization in spring according to soil temps? Soil temps are the map to tell us when to go, right? So again, AI, grabbing information from Lawn Care Nut and others, says in spring, you should fertilize your lawn when soil temps is consistently around 55 to 65. That's when we can begin to do that. Now, we've been chilly here lately here in Central NC. And as you guys know, as I move myself up a little bit, as you guys know, we did a test in the warming streak trend of, February, beginning of February, I think. And we put down a bag of Milorganite in the front lawn to see what happened. We're going to go out and check on that. But I feel like I've seen a change in the front lawn. I want to verify with you guys and show you. We'll go out there in just a second. But for those asking, for those that don't like to, it's not always in the forefront of our minds. Well, when do I need to go out and do my fertilization? There will be, spring will be in the air. We need to wait on the air temps to warm up, but more importantly, the soil temps to warm up, and obviously the microbes will become active. Now, our microbes are active in the winter; they just slow down. They're not super active like when we are warm. So 55 to 65. Again, we can check the Lawn Mastery app. It gives us soil temperatures just like Greencast. If you type in your zip code, it's giving you that average as well. Greencast is great because you can check the areas around you as well. And when we're seeing our averages getting 54, 55, 56 for 5 days, you may want to go ahead and apply something and see if it makes a difference. If you're not too anxious to get out and fertilize and mow, then you may just want to wait. If you're just doing fertilizer, well, why not wait till our average is around 58, 59, 60? Then you're well within that range. You can fertilize, you can get it looking green, and we'll begin the mowing process. So with all of that said, I know this is a different style of an intro, but let's jump outside with the GoPro, and I want to talk to you about what I feel like. We've had a lot of rain. We've had a lot of rain accumulate the past couple days. As I filmed the video for Saturday basketball, it was raining that day. We had a lot of thunder. We had some thunderstorms come through. As I said, tomorrow we're getting 4 inches or more of snow. So I wanted to film this real fast and show you what the front yard's looking like, because it looks like things have been changing out there. All right, guys, so as we come outside here, you can see, I just want to show you the backyard first. We've had tons of wind, high winds. I mean, winds in the 50s. We had thunderstorms come through. I haven't even looked out back here a lot, but I know I have branches in the front yard. I need to do this actually today before it snows in case the girls come out here. I don't want them, look at the branches. I mean, just look. It's been incredible. After we did the gumball video about how I hate them, I'm sure 1,000 and more drop, but you can see the branches in the yard. Look, I mean, there's some significant branches. Look at this guy over here. I mean, thank goodness it didn't hit anybody, but you can just see all the limbs and all the big huge branches in the yard that have fallen, and a lot of the exposed roots right here. But high winds, thunderstorms, I mean, it's just gumball city. I've got to get out here. Now it's going to snow, no point in doing it today, but maybe afterwards. We're getting closer, but today it's supposed to actually be really nice. It's supposed to be somewhere around 50, 52 degrees, and then tomorrow it's going to be 30s, cold, and then I think we jump back up Friday, Saturday. We should be fine. So it's the kind of snow event we like here in North Carolina. It comes, it does its thing for 2-3 days, and then it gets out of here. But to show you the soil, it continues to look, I think it looks improved, guys. Like right now, it's cold, but it's sunny, and we've had lots of moisture, lots of rain, and I want to say I'm seeing a little bit of growth. Now, this section you're seeing, remember, we didn't put any fertilizer down over here, none whatsoever, and while I'm still seeing the 10G nasty, you can still see some of the water that's residing in the lawn. It's holding a lot of moisture because we've had tons of moisture. I'm still seeing the discolorization, but like right here, for example, remember when I sprinkled, I think that's exactly what this is. Remember when I sprinkled seed before it snowed last time? I think I'm seeing new growth right here along the edge, right here. I think I'm seeing a lot of either existing grass. Remember when I planted it because I feared I killed a lot of that? I feel like I'm seeing a lot of growth. This is the most growth I've seen. Now this right here, we know what this guy is. This is actually Poa annua. This is the first Poa annua I've seen coming out here and walking the lawn, and this is a really big one right here. It feels like, now that could be what some of this actually is. It's got that waxy filling to it. Yeah, you know what? This looks like it might all be Poa annua. We just don't have the seed heads. This definitely is. Yep, it's got that real unique waxy filling, so I take that back. This could be an infiltration. When I stand back, you can see a little bit of the different color, but that's new. That's a development. So that's triggered here recently. But when we look over here, it's really tingy. It's really yellowy. It's really nasty looking, if you will. Yet on the bank, just behind it, you can see we've got that one little blade of grass just doing its thing in the wind right there, a little bit of clover, and it looks decent. Here you can see beside the truck, we didn't fertilize any of this, and it's green. It's more green than yellow, we'll say that, right? But then when we come up here, I want to say, and maybe it's through the sunglasses I've got in my truck, they're those unique Oakley ones. I want to say I'm seeing a little bit of growth here. It looks like it's growing a little bit, it's greened up a little bit, and as I come to the front yard, I don't know. I just feel like, I know I was reading more about the microbes. You know, they do work. They're more active in the 55 degrees like we just talked about and higher temperature range. But I'm seeing a lot of I feel like I'm seeing, not a lot, I'm seeing improvement as far as, I feel like a lot of that rain, as you see this big huge branch, as we take this out here, we got to clean up some of this for the snow, but I just feel like I've seen a little bit of growth, a little bit more of activity, and it's actually been cooler than when we threw down the Milorganite. So we still got, as you see in front of you, we still got the off color of the grass. I'm not saying that we need to get out here and mow, but I feel like we're getting a little more growth. I feel like it's getting prepped to receive that Milorganite. I feel like it is making a difference in certain areas, especially on the bank, and I actually put down more on the bank right here than I did in the middle of the lawn here, so it looks darker up there. Obviously we planted more grass up there as well, so just something I wanted to show you. I'm like, man, the front yard, is it just me? Is my eyes playing tricks on me, or does the front yard look a little bit darker from that fertilizer compared to over here when we come back and look at it, where it looks like it's more yellowy? And I feel like the front yard looked more like this when we first started this video. Now it's not. It's looking a little more green. It's like it's lost a little bit of the yellowness because maybe there's growth happening. I don't know. But main point of the story, Soil temperatures, that's when we want to begin to look at when do we start taking action. Pre-emergent fertilizer, we want to make sure we're in that 55 degrees. Don't worry about the outside temperature. The outside temperature is going to promote warming of the soil temperatures, right? So that's our trigger, and I fully believe when the lawn care plans say that, that's what we need to be looking at. So it's not when YouTube says it, it's going to vary by location, but Greencast Online can help you be successful in not putting down product too early or missing the window if you're doing pre-emergent by doing it too late. So God bless you guys. Sorry for the longer video. Hope that this helps some of the new people. We constantly are preaching the basics here on my channel, but just wanted to go back to soil temps, and hopefully you're not getting any of this snow, and if you are, hopefully it'll be out and melting like it is here. So God bless you guys. We'll see you next time.